Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Let's Play of Carmen Sandiego. Or technically, where in the USA is Carmen Sandiego? Let's continue where we left off.
Here's what we know about the case. To start your investigation, phone Acme Travel Service. Now get going.
Yes, sir. So, we're headed to Mississippi to find the missing typewriter. Or, to be precise, the stolen typewriter. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Something happened. Newsflash, Carmen has engineered a major jailbreak. Every member of her gang is on the loose again. Oh dear. That's not good. Well, anyways, we're looking for the small wonder state, which I don't think I wrote that down. But it's a female who brags about snowplow techniques. That only means that her favorite sport is skiing. And then we're going to do this again. The Marva. I don't know how you pronounce this one. We're going to skip this. The message is aware. So the small wonder state is actually in Delaware? Let's find out. And if in case you're wondering, I'm recording this so early because my dog just got up and having some constipation troubles, but she's not extremely constipated, but she's trying to get her bowels clean, which it did. I had to take her outside to do that, and by that I meant out back, because she has become a senior and she cannot walk far, so that's why I'm trying to help her as much as I can. Okay, next up, she's planning to have the glacier headed to the glacier park, which does not. It's the national park, but it does not help. High in the Rockies. Selection on this one. And I may have to pause it every time because 1, I haven't wrote stuff down. And 2, it's because, you know. Okay, so I Google searched it. And let's see if it's on there. It says it's in Montana, so let me collect my papers of, I don't know. Yep, it is Montana. So while this file member is doing some stuff, I have to write this down. I'm gonna put the initials G, N, P, just to make it a little bit quicker. Okay, there we go. So now, let's go ahead and talk to the tennis pro. Somewhere in Mississippi, I think. And something to do with fettuccine. I like fettuccine, which confirms that she likes Italian food. Let's investigate the cord. Something to do with this village. And there's this name of this city that I keep seeing, but I don't know if I wrote it down. I hope I did. That's why I have to color certain names, whether if it's in marker or in pen or so forth, because I don't know if I wrote this down. And even if I did wrote it down, I could barely see it with certain amount of handwriting. Okay, so according to, I managed to found it, and it's in Louisiana. Let's see if it's on there. Yep. Sorry, wrestler. I'm not paying attention to you. My dog wants to drink some water or something.
I'm sure her hair was black.
So her hair is ebony black. So that means it's a female with black hair. Okay, so I did wrote down the suspect that has these evidence of whatever it is, and apparently it's Freda D. Darrick. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. Somewhere in Delaware Bay, which is not going to be Delaware, because we already been. But this one says about the Appalachian. I can't even pronounce the word. My goodness. All right, let's phone the crime net to see what they have to say. Okay, so it has something to do with Atlantic City, which means it has to be New Jersey. How do I know? Because every time when I watch The Riz, the person who plays the wizard from that movie, Richard Pryor, he plays a character named Herman Smith, who is at Atlantic City. And Dorothy realized he's from New Jersey. Anyway, that's the moment where I realize. That's the moment when I realize that it's, you know. So, this girl has jade green eyes, which definitely confirms that it's Freda. It definitely confirms that it's Freda. Another thing about her is that she likes painting and her music is classical. So, I just gotta figure out where she's at. Somewhere that involves some sort of island, I think. I keep seeing Hilton Head Island. It says Hilton Head Island, excuse me. I'm going to assume it's South Carolina because I put the initials HH, 2 H's, but I didn't put the IE. So I'm hoping it's in South Carolina. Let's see. Yes, it is. My detective skills are not in vain. What is this right here? Uh-oh. That's not good. A smoke blowing thing. But let's go ahead and transmit the evidence. I don't need to put together these other two
Wanda
evidence
here.
that I wrote down because I know it's Freda.
Here's your warrant.
And Wanda knows it too. Yep, that's her. Now all we have to do is just go and find her. Da-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Order in the court. The court finds the defendant guilty.
Yep, she's guilty, all right.
Good job. You did good.
All right, so we only have 5 cases to solve before we get another promotion.
Okay,
Yes, Chief, I'm ready. Sorry to
here's
cut
what
you
we
off.
know about the case. To start your investigation, phone Acme Travel Service. Over and out.
So we headed to this state. I forgot how to pronounce it. But we're looking for the Wayne National something to do with the forest. So basically, Carmen steals things that were impossible to steal, which is crazy, isn't it? So it's a female suspect that sings Yankee Doodle, and she plays Crazy Eights, which means that her hobby is card games. And we're going to inspect the beach to figure out something to do with the Mystic Marine Life Aquarium. I keep seeing this before, but I don't know if I wrote down the initial letters. So it's somewhere that is like a New England state. Somewhere that's like a New England state. I am going to assume that it's Connecticut, but I'm not sure. Yep, it is Connecticut. So I gotta remember the initial letters, which is M, M, L, A. And I put it under Connecticut. So no worries. Alright. So her hair is like a golden rod, so that means that she's a blonde. Checking out the clinic, and it says something to do with Rocky XI. I forgot the number of Roman numerals. I never learned the Roman numerals thing. Meets the Great Plains. Let's call the crime net to see if they have one more answer. Something to do with Casper. Not the ghost. But, if you understand what I mean. Okay, I found Casper on my notes here. And it's in this location. But let's see if this is correct. Yes, it is. If you don't... Here's the thing. If you don't know your geography, whether it's worlds or certain states, you have to write stuff down to remember where it came from. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk to the priest. And basically, something to do a cottage in the Hamptons. And she loves chocolate mousse. That only means one thing. She likes French food. Let's check out the church. And it has something to do with Central Park. Alright, so I have to Google search Hamptons. And let's see. Yep, it's in New York. Which I have to write this down. I'm going to put the initials HT. I could have used the initials HPT, but, you know, it stands for Hamptons. Let's dial Sally.
Like, her eyes were just incredibly blue.
So her eyes, according to Sally, her eyes is incredibly blue. So, what we do know is that she's a female who has blonde hair, blue eyes. She likes French food, and she likes card games. So let's see what matches. It's obviously Nail Void, because she likes golfing as her favorite sport, and her music is bluegrass. But I don't know if it's her yet. And if so, then that's the thing. Going to knee. I wonder what that means. Okay, so I Google searched this word. And I'm going to see if it's in the list. Yes, it's gotta be New Hampshire. Because Google says it's in New Hampshire. But let's see if it's correct. Yes, it is. And the suspect is not found yet. Just a vile henchman. So, I do know for a fact that Neil Void is the culprit. The only thing left to do is to find her. Something to do with Reed Point. which does not help me because I don't think I wrote that down. A museum of the Rockies in Bozeman. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Once again, I have to Google search it because I did not write down a certain cities or places in that particular state. And Montana is where Bozeman is at. I don't know why I say that. Uh-oh. Someone with a shopping cart is trying to stop us. But it's obviously clear that the vile member, or technically the suspect of the vile members, is here.
Warrant Division. Wanda speaking. I'm issuing you a warrant.
Yep, that's our lady. Now all we have to do is find her. Even though I could make the warrant right before we reach to the point of finding her, or reaching to the spot where they're at, but I decided to take a risky approach. So this is case number 12, I believe. She's mad.
Order in the court. The court finds the defendant guilty.
And there you go.
Good job. You did good.
Thank you very much, Chief. Only 4 cases to solve. But what I'm gonna do one more case, which is case number 13, so that we can end this video here.
Okay, are you ready for another case?
Sure, Ryan, why not?
Here's what we know about the case. To start your investigation, phone Acme Travel Service. Okay, that's it.
We gotta find the original cottage inn that was located in Georgia. We're gonna skip that animation just to make things quicker. Alright, so let's talk to the accountant. And once again, it's another female, but she's on Palm Beach. And she likes card games as well. So it's a female that loves card games. So it has to be somewhere in Palm Beach. Let's inspect the office. Disney World in Orlando. So I don't have to look it up. That can only mean that she's headed to Florida, but she's not there. However, we're going to be on the right track if a violent henchman is there. And yes, it is. I'm going to put the letter initials PB, which stands for Palm Beach, but I have to remember it every time. So let's call the professor, Professor Ball.
Well, she was nearsighted and gray-eyed.
He basically saying that her color of the eyes is gray, not green. So let's talk to the doctor. Something to do with Arch National Park, which does not help me, even if I wrote the initials. The Arizona state in State George. What does that even mean? Let's go to the crime net. Somewhere this suspect is headed toward Lake Powell. So I Google search it, and there are only 2 states that has Lake Powell. It's either Arizona or Utah. So let's go to Utah. And let's see if this is the accurate one. Yes, it is. But this is why I have to write stuff down. I'm gonna write down the full name. Alright, let's talk to the jogger. And this doesn't help me, but she has evidence about tofu burgers. She's not on a diet, but she is a vegetarian. Because if the person is a vegetarian, that means they only eat something that doesn't involve real meat, I believe. Wonder something to do with a museum, which does not help me. Even though if I remember, I don't know why I wrote it at. Now I Google searched the location of the museum, and I don't know if this is the accurate spot, but there's initials that says DE, which stands for Delaware. So let's see if this is the one. Yep, there's the one. Thank goodness. I'm gonna put the initials WM, which stands for the Winterthur Museum. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I'm just going to assume that's how you say it. Let's question the violinists and see what they have here. Andrew Hampton. No, that doesn't help me, but what does help is the evidence of the suspect. The suspect likes Latin music, which means it's salsa. And I forgot who's who right now, but let's see. A Delaware water gap. That doesn't help me. So now it's time to use the crime net. The stealing cars in Bethlehem or Allentown, which I need to write this down because I don't remember this. Okay, so I gotta remember these two locations are in the same state. And I did Google search it, and it turns out to be Pennsylvania. Alright, the nerd henchman is back. And paint is wet still. Gray hair and all that stuff. Vegetarian. I thought she likes French food for some reason. I guess I kind of got it mixed up for some reason. I don't know. Okay, dancing in Zuni and Acoma. How is that going to help me? A visit at Pueblo Bonita. Okay, so apparently I did Google search something, and it turns out it's in New Mexico. I gotta wrote these two down because it's like, I never seen that word. Uh-oh, someone is throwing a boomerang. That only means that the suspect is here. So what we do know about this individual suspect is that it's a female with gray eyes, loves card games, vegetarian, and likes salsa dancing for some reason. So let's transmit these evidence, because I don't know for sure.
Warrant Division, Wanda speaking.
Let's see what Wanda says.
I'm issuing you a warrant.
It turns out it is mayhem. So we gotta find her. Because I did wrote her name down. I don't know where. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so now I know that there's more than just D. Because D also has gray eyes, but she doesn't eat vegetarian. She likes French, but that's never the case.
Order in the court. The court finds the defendant guilty.
Thank you, Judge. And another case has been solved. Speaking of cases, I have to get back on playing Criminal Case.
You're a born detective.
Thank you, sir. Only 3 puzzles to solve here. Not
Okay, are
puzzles.
you ready for another case?
Oh, not right now, sir, because I think I'm going to have to wrap this up for today. So I'll see you all in the next part of this LP, because I think what I'm going to do is that I am going to do case number 14 through either 15 or 16. But until then, thanks for watching.